Smell. Okay, I'm going to share my screen first to continue the last part in topic 1, and then I'm going to continue. I'm going to start topic 2. Type in topic 1, we were talking about, if you remember, we were talking about solid, liquid, and gas, and how can I change from one state to another. And then we stopped when we were talking about diffusion. Okay, we stopped at this point. So what do you think? What do I mean by the word diffusion? If you remember, I told you last week that if I'm having, yes, Yaruna, tell me, what was the meaning of diffusion?
The last time you said that if is the example you gave us in the PowerPoint, and we could say actually that diffusion is the intermixing of molecules or particles from the area of higher concentration to area of lower concentration. Because example, when we're spraying or when putting perfume, the people in the room and the people in the living room can smell our perfume. So exactly. This is meant by diffusion.
Sure. Correct here, Runa, that's true. So as Runa said, this is, you see, this is the sandwich. So since this is the sandwich, I'm sitting here, and then once you are having a sandwich on the other side of the group, you're going to, on the other side of the group, on the other side of the room, so you're going to find that you are smelling this beautiful smell. يبقى this means إنه particles of the particles of the smell is going to a, if this is the particles of the air, and this is the particles of the smell of the sandwich, they are going to diffuse through each other's. Since in the particles of the gases all the time, are they in a continuous random motion or not? What do you think? مش احنا اتفقنا molecules of gas, that's true. We said before in the particles of the gases all the time they are in a continuous random motion. يبقى this means, yes, that's true. يبقى this means انه since in هما they are in continuous random motion, يعني all the time they are stepping and sliding, بصوا, moving all around. That's why I'm saying انه diffusion will happen. That's why whatever where you are in the room, you are going to smell this nice perfume. Someone raised his hand. Yes, do you want to say something?
How long is the last?
يعني 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes, يعني according to when do we finish يعني the topic. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let's continue. So, as I said, once I'm going to say if this is the sandwich, all the smell is going to spread over the room, and by time I'm going to find that the smell will reach all the corners. But the same if I'm having perfume. If I'm having perfume or I'm spraying any perfume, what will happen? The spray is, this perfume, this nice smell is going to spread all over my room. But if he asks you, what is the scientific reason for diffusion? Why does diffusion happen? What is going to be your answer? Hey, Amor. Amor, hey, Amor, tell me.
Kinetic energy.
Excuse me?
Because particles have kinetic energy.
That's true. Since in Homa they are having kinetic energy, so
they move faster.
Exactly. Since in the particles all the time they are moving. Since in the particles all the time they are moving, this means in the diffusion will happen. Thicker, if particles are not moving, do you think diffusion will happen if the particles are not moving?
No, teacher.
Exactly. But this means diffusion happen, as Amor said, because particles all the time are in a continuous random motion. All the time they are moving all around. That's why diffusion happen. They have spaces, they are moving, so diffusion will happen. But my question is, do you think diffusion is going to happen in solids?
No, teacher.
Exactly. Diffusion is not going to happen in solids. Who can tell me why? If this is a solid, and if you get in your pencil case and you put 2-3 pens together or markers together, what do you think? Are they going to let's see. Say, Runa, tell me.
Well, first, the particles aren't moving, so this is the first reason. Second, they have a fixed volume, so they won't change their volume or their shape according to the shape of the air or something like that. So they're having a fixed shape as well as a fixed volume, so they won't diffuse.
Something else, they don't have any spaces, they don't move freely, they just vibrate. Am I right? So since they just vibrate around a fixed position وكمان no spaces, يبقى for sure can they diffuse? يعني if you put two pens together in a pencil case, they will not diffuse. No space. Am I right? Clear?
Yes, miss.
Good job, bravo. What about liquid and gases? Do you think liquid and gases are going to diffuse or not? Liquids or gases?
Yes, they are.
Exactly. Liquids and gases, that's true. Liquids and gases, they are going to diffuse. That's true. Which one do you think, liquids or gases, are going to diffuse faster?
Gases, because they have a higher kinetic energy.
Exactly. Since not only higher kinetic, they have more spaces, they are moving, as you said, they are having higher energy, they are going to move faster. But for sure, gases are going to diffuse faster than liquids. Bravo, bravo. Good job. Okay, let's continue. If I'm going to ask you what's meant by diffusion, I'm going to say it's spreading of one substance into another, whatever it's a gas or a liquid, from a high concentration into an area of low concentration, from the high to the low. My question is, I'm going to show you 1 minute. I'm going to show you 2 videos. Okay, let's see. Check it out with me, this one. This is diffusion. This is diffusion in liquids first. Check with me this one. Okay. Tell me about what's your observation?
Bismi Rawan.
1 minute, Yarun. What do you think? What's your observation first? By time, yani, first you put water. What happens to the water? You put water and then you put what? You put some potassium manganate. It looks like ink, but this ink is purple. It looks like ink, yani. Potassium manganate, it looks like ink, but it's a purple color. What's my observation? By time, I'm going to find all the water. What's the color for the water?
Pink.
Pink.
Exactly, purple color. Why? Because there is diffusion in liquids or not?
There is.
Yes,
Yes, that's true. Let's see, what about gases? I'm going to make an experiment now. Check it at this experiment. What am I going to do here? Check with me, please. I'm going to get 2 gas jars. This is called the gas jar. I'm going to put here up a gas jar and down here another gas jar. One of them filled with bromine, which is an orange-brown gas. And up, this is air, which is colorless. Well, I'm going to put in between a glass lid, as you see here. Tell me your observation. What will happen? Okay, check. What do you think?
A yellow gas spreads.
After the glass lid was removed, the bromine gas diffused into the area of the lower concentration.
Exactly. So both of them, but when I ask you about observation, can I say what's happening? Well, you're going to say, what did you see?
What did you see?
Exactly. So my observation is going to be what?
The filling of the yellow gas, the whole containers.
Exactly. I'm going to say in both the orange brown gas, it's going to spread all over the two gas jars. Am I right? Why? Because diffusion is happening. Huh? Any problem? Easy? Okay. If you need any question, please ask. Huh? Okay. Type. Let's talk about. Let's talk about another last experiment. This is the last experiment in topic 1 before we start topic 2. This experiment is very important. It's very common in the past papers. It's talking about what? It's talking about ammonia and HCl. What I'm going to do, check with me, kid. 1 minute. I'm going to get, as you see here, this is like a tube, and I'm going to get two pieces of cotton. One of them filled with ammonia, with the other one filled with HCl. Okay? What will happen once you put two gases? Every gas is on a side. What do you think will happen?
Each gas will diffuse, but the NH4Cl will form at the one that has less MR.
Exactly. Good job. So first of all, as I said, I'm going to get here. This is a tube, and I'm going to get here a piece of cotton on both sides here. I'm going to get a piece of. I'm going to show you the video. I'm going to get here a piece of cotton filled with HCl. I'm going to get here another piece of cotton filled with ammonia gas. Both gases are colorless gases. But once they react together, this is ammonia. Can you see here? Ammonia with HCl. They are going to give me what? Once they are going, since in both, yes, since in both they are going to diffuse together, they are going to give me one substance. What do we call this substance? Let's see. Here I have 1 nitrogen, so I'm going to write it. Here 3 hydrogens, so here another 1 hydrogen. So how many in total?
4.
Exactly. That's true. We hear how many chlorine?
Just one.
1.
Exactly. What do we call this?
Ammonium chloride.
Exactly. We call it ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride, this how does it look like? It is white. White solid or white fumes. Exactly. You can say white fumes or white solid, whatever. So it's going to be formed here. The point is, where exactly is it going to be formed? Is it going to be formed? Let's see. I wanted to check it out with me. No, this is organic. If this is why, this was my. Okay, imagine kida with me. I'm going to put here a piece of cotton, here again another piece of cotton. Well, I'm going to put here, this is HCl, and this is ammonia. I'll make it like the PowerPoint. Here, ammonia, here HCl. I said in both of them, they are going to collect together and they are going to form NH4Cl. But where is it going to be formed? Is it going to be formed, NH4Cl, here, or here, or here, let's say. Exactly, you. Good job. Why especially here? The point is, if I'm talking about the HCl and ammonia, which one is lighter? So it's going to run faster. It's going to diffuse faster. Same like listen, مثلا, if this is me, طبعا, as you see, طبعا, I'm light, huh? Well, this is any of you, as you see, طبعا, they are very big, they are heavy, and I'm going to run. Here also, this student, whatever, but the student is going to run on this side. Which one is going to be lighter and run faster? Me or you?
You.
No, teacher, you.
For sure, طبعا me. Why? Because I'm lighter. Am I right? Since I'm lighter, but this means I'm going to move faster. Same like them. Bardo, for ammonia and for HCl, you're going to check, or for any two substance, you're going to check which one is lighter. Here, which one is lighter? Which one is lighter? How can I know? How can I know? From the periodic table. Exactly. From the periodic table, every element you're going to find a number كده. في 2 numbers دايما مع أي element في periodic table. I'm going to write for you the numbers. وطبعا في periodic table already بتبقى given في exam يعني. No need to study these numbers. You will check how many hydrogen do I have here? How many hydrogen?
3.
دول 3 H.
1.
I mean 1. I thought you were just asking about the ammonia.
لا, I'm talking about HCl.
Yeah, it's 1.
Exactly. So this means إنها 1 plus how many Cl do I have?
1.
1.
Exactly. طيب I'm going to take the big numbers. في periodic table I usually take the big numbers. So the big number is going to be what?
35.5.
Exactly, 35.5. So the total is 36.5. What's this? This is the mass of HCl as a whole. تقل ال HCl. How it's heavy. This is called the mass of HCl. What do we call it? The mass of any molecule, we call it MR. اللي هو mass of any molecule. Okay, so this is 36.5. طب let's calculate the mass of ammonia. The MR of ammonia أو mass.
What is the unit?
No units. هي بالجرام. ده mass بالجرام عادي. بس we don't write units يعني. ها. What do you think?
It's gonna be 17.
It's gonna be
Exactly.
14.
How many nitrogen?
We have
1.
1.
Exactly. So I'm going to take the 14 plus how many hydrogen do I have?
3.
We have 3.
Exactly. Every hydrogen with
1.
1. يبقى this means يعني since إنه every hydrogen the mass of the hydrogen is 1. Well, I have 3 hydrogens. يبقى this means I'm going to multiply it by 3 because I have 3 hydrogens. So the total is 17. يبقى here the mass was 36.5 and here the mass is 17.
May I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Do we calculate MR by using the neutron number or atomic mass?
Atomic mass اللي هو big numbers.
Okay.
Okay. So here it is 36.5. Well, here it's 17. So which one is heavier? Which one will move slower?
HCl.
Exactly. HCl, you see, HCl is very heavy. So it's going to move just only for a small distance. But what about the other one? But what about the ammonia? It's light, 17. It's very light. That's why it's going to move a lot for a long distance. Like in just only HCl, since it's heavy, it's going to. No, ya Roa, your voice is. It's not clear. No, I cannot hear you if you're talking. No.
No, I've been talking, but I don't know if you can hear
You
me.
want to ask something? I didn't hear you. If you were asking, I didn't hear you.
I was just answering.
Oh, you were answering. It's fine. Okay. Thanks, lovely. So if I'm going to talk about this is 36.5, well, this is 17. So what am I going to do? They are going to reach where the ammonium chloride is going to meet here. Why? I'm going to say because I'm going to say that HCl is heavier, or it's having a higher molecular mass, so it will move slower. But this one is going to have lower MR, so it will move faster. Clear?
Yes, teacher, it's crystal clear.
Any question? Okay, type. In the exam, is it a must? Is it a must to give me ammonia or HCl? No, it's not a must. He can give you any two elements, or any two compounds. What you are going to do, you are going to calculate their MR من the periodic table. It's not a must يديني ammonia or HCl. It's not a must. Type. How he's going to do it? He's going to give you here the two gases, and he's going to ask you, is it formed at A or B or C? So you are going to check which one is heavier, so it's going to move for a smaller distance. Type. Another question. If the temperature was increased, do you think, if the temperature was more, do you think الأمونيوم chloride اللي هي الوايت fumes اللي هنا, is it going to be formed? حاضر يا رونا, I'm going to repeat. Do you think if I increase the temperature, do you think حاضر يا عبد الله, I'm going to repeat. It's totally fine. Again. I'm going to this part, the part of the calculation, the ones who are saying repeat, I think the problem is only in calculations. I'm going to repeat again the calculation, no problem. كل حاجة. Check again. I'm saying إنه I have here the cotton made of filled or soaked in ammonia. وhere the cotton soaked with HCl. طيب, in the exam, he is going to give you this drawing, and he will ask you which substance is going to diffuse first. أو when they are going to meet ammonia with HCl, are they going to meet in the middle? Or they are going to meet at B or at C? Since in both of them, they will diffuse. طب how should I know? Simply, I can know in a very simple way. How بقى you can know? Check with me. You can check MR. What do I mean by MR? Mass, molecular mass of both compounds. What is the mass of both compounds? MR of ammonia. Here I'm going to calculate here MR of ammonia. Here I'm going to calculate MR of HCl. What do I mean يا عبد الله by MR of ammonia and for HCl? يعني الماس بتاعهم تقولهم ايه؟ الماس بتاعهم. What is the mass of HCl as a whole? وهنا what is the mass of ammonia as a whole? طيب, how I will calculate it? The periodic table, if you check the periodic table, I'm going to show you the periodic table. The periodic table already, it's given in numbers. Nitrogen 14 و7. وhydrogen 1 I can show you the periodic table to imagine with me. What do I? بصوا كده. 1 minute. I will show you so that you can know what I'm talking about. Check with me. بصوا, the periodic table is going to be given in the exam. Where is the hydrogen? Hydrogen اهو. What are the two numbers? 1 و1. يبقى you are going. يبقى this means the big number. هما هنا both numbers are the same. يبقى this means the big number is always the mass number. طيب, NH3. Where is N? Hey, you are having 7 or 14. You are going to take which number? The big number. يبقى to calculate the MR of ammonia. How you will do it? أنت عندك 1 nitrogen only. Nitrogen, the big number came 14. So you are going to say 14 plus. How many hydrogen do I have? Huh? I have. Hey, Abdullah, since you didn't understand this part. Exactly. I have 3 hydrogen. So I'm going to say 3 times. Mass number of hydrogen is 1. So the MR of ammonia is going to be 17. Abdullah, okay? Right. What about the other one? The ammonia. What about the MR of HCl? Let's see. H is 1 and 1. طب Cl 1 and 1. Where is the Cl? 17 with 35.5. Which number shall I choose? I'm going to choose Yaruna, the big number. I don't take the small number. I'm going to choose the big number. اللي هي 35.5. Oh, I don't care about the 17. يبقى this means أنا عندي 1H 1Cl. يبقى 1 plus 35.5 is going to become 36.5. يبقى this means إن HCl is heavier عن مين؟ الأمونيا. What do you think now? Abdullah, is it better? Runa, is it better? Any question?
No, miss. Thanks a bunch.
You're most welcome. Right, let's continue again. So, since this is 36.5, this is 17, يبقى this means that HCl is going to move slower. يبقى I'm going to choose B. I will say in both of them they are going to diffuse together and they will meet at B. Right. My question is, if I'm going to increase, the bigger the number, the slower. It's not related to the big. The bigger the number, this one, yes. كل ما يكون النمبر big, كل ما يكون heavy. يعني أنا مثلا لو أنا 100 كيلوز، طبعا بعد الشهر طبعا أنا مش 100، أنا fit يعني، بس imagine يعني إن أنا I'm 100 كيلو، I'm going to be heavy. طب if I am 50 kilos, I'm going to be light. صح؟ ولا إيه؟ Logic? Okay. Logic. بس مش logic in 100. So, what about if I'm going to talk about same equation, same experiment, but he's going to ask you what will happen if you increase temperature? What will happen? Is diffusion going to happen faster, or it's going to be the same? This is the question.
Miss Mioy?
Tell me.
It's going to be faster because the atoms or the particles are going to gain energy and the brighter motion increases. But the result of that, we're getting a more rate of diffusion, or the rate of diffusion increases.
Exactly, and the reaction is going to happen faster. Am I right?
Faster, yeah, faster.
That's true. يبقى once he's going to ask you what will happen if you increase the temperature. يعني if you're doing the same experiment بس you increase the temperature شوية, what will happen? Both gases will diffuse faster. برضو I'm going to form الأمونيوم كلورايد برضو will be formed at B, بس it's going to be formed faster. هتحصل بسرعة بقى. It's not going مثلا let's say لو في العادي it's going to take مثلا let's say 2 minutes, لا, it's going to happen in 1 minute. It's going to happen in a faster way. But it's going to be formed at the same place. Any question? Okay. طيب before we what is YouTube? Before we start كده, this is the end of topic 1. But before I will start topic 2, sorry, I'm going to show you بس this experiment at HCl والأمونيا so that you can imagine the idea يعني. Okay? So this experiment here, as you see, this is a piece of cotton. He will fill it with ammonia, the other one with HCl. طبعا he closed them because both are gases, but they may escape. That's why. Okay, and then he will leave them back. What will happen? Let's see. You see? It started to form. Can you see this white substance, a white fumes? It started to form here. This was the HCl. But since in HCl it's heavier, that's why it's got HCl. It's got just moved small distance only because it's very heavy. But what about this one? No, this is light. That's why it moved a big distance. Huh? Clear?
Yes, Miss. Million
You see?
thanks.
Yes,
Million welcome.
Teacher.
Nothing. I'm saying millions of welcome. Okay. Excuse me?
I just wanted to ask you a question.
Sure.
But why does that white solid look like if it's a gas rather? Like it doesn't really look like a solid.
Can you repeat the question because your voice is very low for me? Again?
Why does it actually look like as if it is a gas? Like I can really feel that that's a solid.
Yes. It diffuses. At the end, it's going to form something like a solid. Yes, that's true. But at the beginning, it looks like a gas. Yes, that's true.
Okay, teacher, million thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, طيب, let's start. كده we have finished topic 1. I'm going to give you the introduction كده for topic 2. Next class, inshallah, we're going to because topic 2 is a little bit has يعني a lot of questions, a lot of tricks. To say about all the question tricks, they are a lot. I'm going to say the introduction for topic 2 today. Inshallah, next Wednesday, I'm going to continue. Okay? Well, as I said, I'm going to put the record. I'm going to send you the record for this class, inshallah, on the group. Okay? Yalla, let's start. What I'm going to say at the beginning of topic 2. Yes, someone raise his hand or her hand. Yes. Any questions?
Excuse me, teacher. How can I join the group?
The group is on the problem بس ان الجروب already is full. طيب مش عارفة استني wait طيب I will check بس I think it's full already. It's full. طيب wait. Would you like me to make another one now? طيب أنا مش عارفة. How can I solve this one? Wait, I'm going to add you Erwin. Runa. I'm going to add.
Teacher,
I can add.
you also add me?
No, I mean I want to add anyone just to start the group, and then I'm going to write everything in the group once we finish the class. But I know you want the link. So you want the link.
Yes, teacher.
it's fine. حاضر. And okay. Type okay. And then I'm going to chemistry. I'm going to call it chemistry lovers 2. Okay. This is the link. I will send you the link. Runa, I'm going to send you the link. You can send it please in the chat box here, Runa, okay? Copy link, share link.
Okay, miss.
And then I'm going to make the group after the class because I don't want يعني ايه to settle الجروب بقى بعد الكلاس عشان بس ما نضيعش تايم بتاعت الكلاس. Okay. روان will send it now. لانه already I'm making a group اللي هو الكيمستري lovers ده خلاص هو full already ما يعني مش هيقبل اي حد تاني. That's why I'm going to make a new one وهحط عليه بقى اللينك بتاع الريكورد. Thank you رونا. اهو خلاص. ولما اعمل التليجرام برضو I'm going to put for you the link. Any more questions? So that if you need anything, tell me. Every session I will send this one. Thank you, Aruna. My assistant. You have to be paid, Aruna, after that. Yalla. Okay, before I start topic 2, I'm going just to tell you. Thank you, Ruh. I'm going to tell you what are the tools that we are going to use in topic 2. Topic 2 جماعة is all related to paper paper 6 اللي هو all the experimental all the experiments تقريبا اللي موجودة في السيلبس. Before I start topic 2, I'm going to start topic 2 إن شاء الله next week, next Wednesday. But I'm going to give you the introduction. I'm going to show you what are the tools that we usually use in the lab. Okay? طيب. Pay attention بقى to me. I can send you برضو if you want me to send you this. I can send you this file برضو if you want. يلا, let's start. First of all, if I'm going to ask you, why it's not writing? If I'm going to ask you, what is the apparatus used to measure mass? Usually we use what? My salary is you and you. Oh my God. My salary is you and your explanation, it is more than 10,000. حبيبتي يا رونا والله. All the time positive vibes. Exactly, that's true. Balance. Usually, if I want to measure the balance of any substance, if I want to measure مثلا 2 grams of a salt, 2 grams of a liquid, 2 grams of any substance, I usually use a balance. Whatever, what do we call the balance? But it's a balance. Type. If I want to measure the volume of any substance, it's going to be different according. If it's a gas, I'm going to use a gas syringe. Usually, مثلا, I want to measure 10 centimeter cube, let's say, of carbon dioxide. How you can know in this is these are 10 centimeter cube? You are going to use the gas syringe. Usually gas syringe, it's going to measure exactly. صح. Usually I'm going to gas syringe to measure gas volume. طبعا اليونت بتاعتها usually بتبقى centimeter cube أو meter cube. Okay. طيب, what about if this gas خلاص هو الجاس syringe. If he asked you once there was a question and he was asking them, draw the apparatus used to measure the volume of the gas. It was a 2-mark question. طب why it was a 2-mark question? Why do you think? The first mark is to draw the syringe. What was the second mark for? Do you know why? The second mark was to do this. Who's raising his hand? Ali ولا Ali? I don't know.
Ali.
Allah. Very nice name. يلا يا علي, tell me.
Second mark for was numbering it and making the unit and
good job.
The numbering on.
Exactly. Bravo. That's true. The first mark was to draw the gas syringe. And our beautiful Ali said that the second mark is going to be for the measuring, because if you didn't draw the numbers, this means it's not how it's going to measure the volume and there is no numbers. You must draw a numbering, please. Same like the ruler. Can I measure with the ruler length of a notebook مثلا without numbers? ما ينفعش. يبقى grading ده أو numbers دي, this means إنه this is the number أو this is how to measure the volume. طيب, what about if I want to measure the time? You're going to use a stopwatch or stop clock. This if you want to measure the time. Okay. طب if I want to do filtration for any substance, let's say, and if I'm doing filtration, let's say I'm having water and mud, let's say water and mud, water and sand. Well, I want to separate the mud out of the water. How I'm going to do it? Who can tell me?
We will use a funnel and filter paper.
That's true. Yeah, but I'm going to use the funnel, and then in the middle here, I'm going to use the filter paper. I'm going to put the water in the mud. All the mud will be kept here, and all the water will go down. يبقى this means in the water and mud, water and sand, you use funnel. أهو. يبقى once I ask you, what do I use funnel in? في filtration. Okay. طبعا this is just a rack to put the test tubes, but this is not important. But what about if I want to heat? If I want to heat any water, مثلا, or salt or whatever, I'm going to put the water. What do we call this?
Beaker.
Exactly. This is a beaker. This is a beaker. So how shall I heat this water? First, you have to put a Bunsen burner. You know طبعا the Bunsen burner. Okay, this is called a Bunsen burner. And then how are you going to hold the beaker? For sure, you're not going to hold it. Exactly. You're going to put it on this one. It's called tripod. It's called a tripod. Would you please best mute, please, if you don't mind? So if this is your Bunsen burner, you are going to put here something called a tripod. So this is called a tripod. What do I mean by tripod? Tripod, it means it looks like, I think it looks like a table كده, حاجة small, it's very small. تبقى عاملة كده. بصوا, it looks like a triangle كده. بحيث إن أنا I can put here a beaker, I can put anything to heat. Right, why it's called tripod? Tri, it means three. Pod, it means legs. Since now it has 3 legs, that's why I usually call it tripod. Right. To put a beaker on a tripod, it's going to fall. لأنه this area is opened. So what shall I use? I'm going to use
gauze.
Exactly. I'm going to use the gauze. Exactly. This gauze, you put, it looks like حاجة كده, very thin layer. I'm going to put it here so that I can put the beaker above it. تبقى layer.
Which also prevents the beaker from bursting out from the heat.
Exactly. Which also prevent لأنه sometimes برضو في الأول البيكر دي it's glass. So that it's not going to burst out. So that's why I usually put الجوز. طيب. What about, طبعا this is test tube if you want to do any experiment. Condenser, we are going to take it inshallah next class when I do a simple distillation or fractional distillation. يعني if you have any vapor and you want to condense the vapor, I'm going to use a condenser. It's a very important one. Type. If I want to add some salt, what am I going to use to add the salt? And what am I going to use to stir the salt?
For adding a spatula and for stirring it, the glass rod.
The glass rod.
Thank you. This is called spatula. This one. It looks like a spoon. It looks like this. A rod وفيها كده at the end. It looks like a spoon. This is called a spatula. If you want to take 2 spoons مثلا of any salt, I'm not going to put it with my hand. So what shall I do? I'm going to use a spatula. But if I want to stir the water with the salt, I cannot stir with the spatula. I have to stir with a stirrer. This is called stirrer. We don't say glass rod. Glass rod is wrong answer. It's not written in the mark scheme. Either you can say stirrer or you can say steering rod. But stirrer only, it's wrong. The glass rod is wrong. So either you are going to say steering rod, that's correct, or you can say stirrer. What else do I usually use? I usually use طبعا الcork دي بس to close the tube يعني the test tube. It's easy. Separating funnel. What do I use the separating funnel in? Do you know?
Separating 2 immersible liquids.
Exactly. If I'm having, let's say, water or oil, if this is water and this is oil, and you want to separate the water from the oil, since in both of them they are immiscible liquid, يعني they don't mix. So what you're going to do, you're going to put it in the separating funnel. First, you will open the tab, water will go out. Once oil will start to go out, close the tab. So like this, you separated them both.
رامز ومادي يلا چیزایی که بلد نیستی از میس نور بهش بگیم یه حصه برات شرح بده و بفهمی بگه بهت.
Well, I want to mute بس I don't. It's muted already. It's finished. Sorry for that. Maybe the. So once again, if I'm having here water and I'm having oil and I want to separate them from each other, what shall I do? I'm going to use the separating funnel, so the water will go out and oil is going to be kept up. Okay, طبعا this is a knife if you want to cut anything. Sometimes مثلا you want to cut something that is soft, so you can cut it with a knife. Okay, type metallic tongue or tongues. Sometimes it's given to label the picture of the tongues to label. If I'm having a test tube, I'm heating مثلا anything in a test tube and it's very hot, I cannot hold it with a towel. It's unsafe. So that's why I usually hold it with this tongue. Okay, because the tongue is going to protect my hand from anything hot. Or if I'm burning مثلا, I'm heating a piece of magnesium ribbon. I want to hold it. So I'm going to use also tongues. You can say tongues or metallic tongues. Both are correct. Okay. What about spirit burner? What's the difference between Bunsen burner and spirit burner? Both are the same, but the difference is in the spirit burner, it's a little bit something small. يعني it's not like the Bunsen burner. Bunsen burner تحسوها حاجة developed أكتر يعني. لكن ال spirit burner just a small container جواه fuel. That's all. But the Bunsen burner, it's a little bit. Yes, exactly. The spirit burner, usually we use any alcohol. Usually we use like ethanol. Yani usually in the lab, if you don't have a Bunsen burner, we can make a spirit burner كده in a very simple way. It's very simple to do it. Okay, type. I don't know why I cannot. I'm trying to. It's working. Okay, what about? What's the most used apparatus in labs? All these we use them in lab. All these we are going to take them in the past papers. All these we are going to use them in the experiments next class. For all of them, they are very important. Type. What about these pestle and mortar? Pestle and mortar, we usually use it if I want to crush or I want to grind any rock or any. مثلا, if I'm having a rock made of sand and I want to separate the sand from water, so. I've seen this before. That's good. That's good, ya Abdullah. The pestle and mortar, usually we use it in what? Usually we use it in crushing. It looks like, like the one we have in the kitchen. Your mother usually use the same like the pestle and mortar for the garlic. If they want to grind it into small pieces. Oh no. Yes, that's true. Okay. Type thermometer. I usually use it in the طبعا to measure the temperature. Flasks. This is conical flask. Oh, please don't say in this is a beaker. This is a fatal mistake. This is a flask. A beaker, it looks like that. This is a conical flask. Or this is a round bottom flask. Yani it looks like rounded from down. Okay. Type. Well, this is a beaker, طبعا for sure. This is a evaporating dish. Evaporating dish. We use it to separate. Yes. In their function, both flasks they are the same. Yeah, Kunuz. Both flasks they are the same, but they look different. Like they are the same function. Right. In evaporating dish, if you are having water and salt, you want to separate the water from the salt, you use evaporating dish. Yes, yeah, Kunuz. If an evaporating dish, you usually use it to separate. If you are having water and salt and you want to evaporate the water, you usually use evaporating dish. What about the watch glass? In watch glass, we don't use it in heating because the watch glass, it's a little bit, it doesn't stand, it cannot stand the high temperature. Watch glass, but I usually keep, it looks like a plate كده. You can keep crystals of salt in it or something like that, but you cannot use it in heating. Usually what we use in heating, if he draw for you tripod and something like that, and he is going to ask you, here طبعا Bunsen burner, and he will ask you label, you cannot say watch glass, it's going to be wrong. You have to say evaporating dish. One of them before in project. That's good, ya Abdul. That's good. Okay. What about the gas jar? The gas jar same like the one we were using today for the experiment at bromine. It's used only to collect the gas, same like the experiment when we put the bromine and they put the air inside. بس you cannot measure the volume of the gas. It doesn't measure. هو just to collect the gas. يعني it keep gas inside. But it doesn't have any numbers. So that's why I cannot measure the volume of the gas. I just keep gases in. بس في الجاز جار. طيب الدروبر we usually use it if you want to add 2-3 drops of any substance, not too much. And you want to add 2 substances مثلا from 2 drops from any liquid, so you can use a dropper. Crucible, same like the evaporating dish. We usually use it in heating if I want to heat any substance. But the positive point بس في crucible إنها it has a lid. It has a cover. Exactly بالظبط. طيب wash bottle, if you want to wash any salt, we are not going to take it in the you're not going to take the wash bottle. We're not going to take the salts كده نعملهم في الكيتشن or في اللاب. لا دايما بنعمل washing بالwash bottle. طيب نيجي بقى عند the most important one اللي هم مين؟ البيورات. This is the last thing for today. بيورات والبيبات وmeasuring cylinder. Very important. The one who was asking what are the most important tools in the lab, these are the most important, you can say. This is very important. What's the difference between the three? البيورات والبيبات والmeasuring cylinders, the three of them, they measure volume of liquids. What's the difference? Measuring, the three measure volume of liquids. The measuring cylinder is the easiest one to use. Why? Easy to handle. يعني this is the advantage. It's easy to handle or easy to use. Very easy to use. دي measuring cylinder. But the negative point إنها إيه? Inaccurate. يعني this one is easy to use but inaccurate. Okay, inaccurate. يبقى the negative point so once again the negative point now it's inaccurate. The positive point is now very easy to use. طيب what about if he asked you, he was doing an experiment by using a measuring cylinder and then he was asking you, how can I make this experiment more accurate? I will say use a burette or pipette because they are more accurate. يبقى البيورات البيبات والبيورات they are more accurate. طب امال ايه الحاجه النيجاتيف فيهم؟ ان البيبات cannot measure غير لحد 25 سنتيمتر كيوب. This is the maximum. هي very thin. بتبقى عامله زي الشاليمو كده, you know, like the straw. It cannot measure maximum 25. It cannot measure مثلا 30 40 سنتيمتر كيوب. لا, الماكسيمم is 25 سنتيمتر كيوب. طب البيورات لا, البيورات can measure till 50. The burette can measure till 50. يبقى both البيبات والبيورات both of them they are more accurate. طب if he's going to ask me in the exam what is the disadvantage of measuring pipette? مشكلة البيبات one only problem إنه البيبات هي accurate بس since إنها it's very thin فالliquid to go down it takes a little bit long time. بس يعني it's not easy to يعني it's not easy for the liquid to go down. مش زي it's not like البيورات أو measuring cylinder. يمكن this is the only negative point في البيبات. وطبعا انها it cannot measure لحد 25 سنتيمتر كيوب. فالبيورات بقى لا, البيورات it can measure till 50 و it's also more accurate. طيب once there was a question in the exam he was saying انه he did an experiment by measuring مثلا في البيورات 50 centimeter cube of a substance of any liquid. He was asking you how can you measure, what's the problem مثلا to measure 100 centimeter cube? What's the problem و how to solve it? طب هي البيورات cannot measure غير لحد كام 50 سنتيمتر كيوب only. What's the problem و how to measure it وقصدي how to solve it. هقول له the problem is إنه البيورات cannot measure except till 50. طب أنت you want to measure 100 يبقى what shall I do? I have two choices.
Measure twice?
لا بصي يا كنوز you said measuring cylinder. No, not measuring cylinder because measuring cylinder is inaccurate. I need something accurate. The only way يا جماعة ممكن please mute if you don't mind. مش عارفة مين اللي مش عامل mute.
No, measure twice, not measuring cylinder. Measure twice.
Yes. You can measure twice. يعني you can measure with burette once and then measure again. This is a choice, or use two burettes so that you can measure 100 centimeter cube. Exactly, يا كنوز. That's true. يبقى I have two choices to measure 100 centimeter cube. Either you can use 2 burettes أو refill البيورات. بس that's all. What do you think? Easy or hard? What do you think? As an introduction كده for topic 2. Is it easy?
It's easy.
It's easy so
But
far.
Clear? Any question? Do you have any question?
Yeah, is my voice clear?
Piece of cake. Yes, yes. Hello, piece of cake. Yes. Your sound is clear. Yes. Tell me.
Like, use it for gas or is it just liquid?
Which one? البيورات والبيبات والmeasuring cylinder? No, only for liquids. Only for liquids.
Yeah, okay.
الgas, if you want to measure the volume of a gas with the gas syringe, as we said before. This one. This one. The gas syringe, it's used for liquids. But البيورات والpipette والmeasuring cylinder, this is for a gas, this for liquids. The three. Okay? This stand, this one, this stand is to hold the burette. Yani if you are having the burette, because the burette is a little bit big. So usually we use the stand with the clamp. The clamp اللي هو this part اللي hold the burette. Okay? Any question? Clear? Sure? Okay.
Thank you
That's
so much, teacher.
You're most welcome. I hope it's easy for you. I hope so. Do anyone have any question?
Yes, thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay, that's great. So see you inshallah next week. Inshallah next Wednesday. I'm going to this is, as I said, this was an introduction for topic 2. I'm going to continue topic 2 next week. Stay tuned. Study well. Answer if you have past papers. Try to answer for topic 1 and try to finish topic 1, and if you can finish comment topic 2, that would be good, very good, because really the experience of IG, you need really to answer as much as you can. As long as you answer too many questions, it's going to be easier for you at the end. Okay? Thank you so much. We'll have a great day.
If I have any questions for other topics, can I ask them for you on WhatsApp?
It's fine. On the group, yes, it's fine, no problem.
Okay,
But
thank
I
you.
want just to tell you something. I have a lot of work. For sometimes I reply for the messages a little bit, not on the same time, because you can't imagine my WhatsApp. First, I have 2 numbers, Kuwaiti number and Egyptian number. As you see, a WhatsApp group here on Egyptian number, but I have another. I know I'm in Kuwait, but I have 2 numbers, Egyptian or Kuwaiti. So you can imagine how many groups, tuition groups, working كمان in a British school. فكمان عندنا WhatsApp groups. So you can't imagine hundreds of messages every day. If I'm just telling you, if I'm late a little bit in replying, فبس forgive me. This doesn't mean I don't want to reply. It's just only a matter of time. I'm trying as much as I can to reply wallahi to everyone. But the point I have a lot of messages. That's why. But if I take time to answer or to reply for your question, just know it's a problem of time, and I'm going to answer it. Okay? Okay. You're most welcome, Ya Hamza. You're most welcome, Ya Abdullah. It's my pleasure. Well, thank you so much for the ones who joined us for the first time. We'll see you inshallah next Wednesday. We'll have a great day and a great week. Yalla, see you inshallah next week. You're most welcome, Ali. You're most welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, teacher. Have a great day.
Bye. You too, sweetheart.
Bye, miss. Have a great day. See you the next week.
You too, sweetheart. Bye.